How long will Liv Morgan actually be out? Let's talk about it. And welcome back to another episode of HaleyMania, talking to you all things about the WWE. So on Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan faced an injury when she was facing Kairi Sane that left her being out for a reported amount of time that is varying by source. I've heard as little as 3 months all the way up to 6 months. It was a shoulder injury and it was an awful situation. It was an accident, so it was not on Sane. I saw a lot of people blaming Kairi Sane, and no, it was not on Kairi Sane whatsoever. And a lot of people in the WWE universe came out to defend all the hate that Liv Morgan was getting due to this injury, saying that you should not be hating on a superstar when they're dealing with an injury. Rhea Ripley said that, okay? So it is a very serious issue. Evolution 2, obviously huge event next month. Reports are now being said that they have to scrap everything that they had and they have to come up with something new. And for those that don't know, Morgan was involved potentially against Nikki Bella, potentially against Io Sky. Again, she's in the tag team with Raquel. So there is a lot of different storylines that Morgan would have been involved with. Also, we cannot forget about what's going on with the Judgment Day right now. I mean, not only now is Liv Morgan hurt, but they fired Carlito. Now Liv Morgan's injured. What is going to happen to the Judgment Day? And the biggest question is right now is what is going to happen to the tag team titles? I don't think that they should strip away the titles. I hate when that happens whenever there is an injury. I think what will happen is, and this is just my prediction, that Roxanne Perez will end up taking Liv's title and she'll be with Raquel. So that's what I think is going to happen. So the titles will stay in the Judgment Day. I do think, however, though, that the WWE won't be stupid enough to do the same thing that happened when Rhea was injured, when Liv was, flirting with Dominic and they got together. I think that Liv Dom is still very strong. I don't think that's going to change by any means. I also feel horrible for Liv because SummerSlam is in her home state of New Jersey. And I know for Liv, it was her goal to compete at SummerSlam this year, maybe main event. And it doesn't look like that will be happening. So I hope that Liv is still involved doing TV, promos, and just being in the ensemble of the Judgment Day. But it's a very unfortunate situation for Liv Morgan. I do think the WWE is making some really interesting booking decisions. I mean, you're going to be having, and now I'm going to be kind of talking about some other things and not Liv Morgan anymore. I love Liv. I love that she opened up the show. It's very unfortunate. But Saturday night's main event, we're going to have Gunther and Goldberg. And I was so happy to see Goldberg come back. And it was such a cool moment. I love when the Hall of Famers make their appearances. However, I don't know how interesting that match will be, per se, right? It was also interesting that they had Jey Uso win the first round of King of the Ring qualifying. I think now that Gunther won back the title, you have to kind of go in a different storyline for Jey. I don't agree that the WWE took away his title only after 50-something days. I thought that was a horrible decision by TKO, Triple H, whoever it was. But I wouldn't want to run it back. I know Uso said that he wants to run it back. I think that's a really bad decision. You see, I think when you have two people with a lot of chemistry, like Lyra and then Becky Lynch, that's different. That's different. But with Jey and Gunther, I don't know. Maybe I'm like not hooked, but I just don't see it. The other big storyline is is right now, when is Roman Reigns coming back? We haven't seen Roman since WrestleMania. I know that he's a part-timer, but at some point he needs to come back, right? Well, I'm suspecting that he will come back during SummerSlam. That's the only realistic option that I have. I think Seth will try to cash in because he is Mr. Money in the Bank, and Roman will stop him from, and he'll end up having somehow interfered and he'll have an unsuccessful cash in. Also, I need Naomi to have a successful cash in. I'm such a huge fan of Naomi. I love Naomi turning heel. I think it's so entertaining, and I'm a huge fan of that. So I hope her cash in actually, is successful. Either way, I thought Monday's episode was all right. I thought the main event was good, but it's just, we're gonna have Jay and Cody face off against each other on SmackDown, right? I'm sure it will be entertaining, but I just don't know what the WWE is doing here. I don't know the plans. Like, who do I want to win back the title off of John Cena? I kind of want it to be Randy. I wouldn't be upset if it was Sammy. I just don't know the direction that they're going in. But what I do know is if they take away my title from if they take away Dominic's title to AJ Styles, I will be so upset. I like AJ Styles, I do. But Dominic deserves to have that title for a long time because Dominic is the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. And I really am going to miss Liv. I hope Liv still is in the clubhouse. Like, she carries the show. I don't care what anybody has to say. It's Monday Night Morgan for a reason. So I love Liv Dom. Hope they're okay. I hope Liv is okay. And hopefully after Friday Night SmackDown, we'll have a much more positive conversation. This has been a fun episode of HaleyMania.